Guelph, quarterback James Franklin looked poised and confident in the pocket through his 2 quarters of work in the Argos' final preseason tune-up as the Redblacks and Argos fleshed out their remaining roster questions before a near-full house at Guelph's Alumni Stadium. With Ricky Ray once again on the sidelines but not in uniform as the Argos do everything possible to preserve their all-star quarterback for the games that matter, Toronto's competition for the backup to Ray was the focal point of the night from the Argos' perspective in a game that ended in Ottawa's favour by an 32-17 score. But as poised as Franklin looked in the pocket, in terms of results, the night was lacking for the man many perceived to be the heir apparent to Ray. Franklin was good on 9 of 14 passes for 72 yards and a touchdown on a short field courtesy of a long punt return by Mario Alford. Beyond that lone touchdown, which came on a 3rd and 5 gamble from the 5-yard line, the night was rather unimpressive for the former Edmonton Eskimos backup. Franklin's competition for the backup job to Ray, McLeod Bethel Thompson, didn't fare a whole lot better in the second half. His first possession resulted in an interception at midfield, and even after the Argos got the ball back on the very next play on an Ottawa fumble, Bethel Thompson failed to move the ball again before the Argos punted it away. On his 3rd possession of the quarter, Bethel Thompson threw a pick-six into the waiting arms of Arian Penton, who was only too willing to take it back the distance. That one pretty much took any doubt away as to who would be leaving Guelph with the first win by a CFL team at Alumni Stadium since the Hamilton Tiger Cats spent all of the 2015 season here while Tim Hortons Field was being built. There's no question Bethel Thompson was the more impressive of the 2 quarterbacks in the first game in Hamilton. Not only did he put up superior numbers to Franklin in the win over the Tickets, he did it primarily against the Hamilton starting defensive unit playing the first half while Franklin came on in the second. Bethel Thompson was the recipient of some rather exceptional field position in that game courtesy of 7 first-half turnovers by the Tickets, but his 2 touchdowns and slightly better completion numbers to Franklin would appear to have had him ahead going into Thursday's game. By the time Bethel Thompson got into the game, he was looking at a lot of backups to the backups. His night was boom or bust as he rallied from the 2 early picks in the second half to hit returning Guelph Griffins standout Alex Charette in stride at the 30-yard line for a 63-yard major. In terms of priorities, identifying a backup quarterback isn't going to make or break the Argos, who will only go as far as Ray's arm and his health take them, but a decision will have to be made, and the 2 preseason games did little to make that decision any easier. Some highlights: Brandon Burks is doing his best to force the Argos to make a tough decision. With James Wilder Jr. firmly entrenched as the Argos' primary ball carrier, and returning Martys Jackson also earning carries behind him a year ago, Burks has been extremely noticeable in both preseason games. In Hamilton, he broke countless tackles on his way to a 27-yard touchdown off a screen pass. Last night in Guelph, he had 7 carries for 52 yards and looked every bit as impressive as he did in Hamilton. Burks, though, came out late in the 4th limping after he was stopped in the backfield for a loss and a turnover on downs. He was looked over by the Argos training staff but did not appear worse for wear as he watched the remainder of the game from the sidelines. Some lowlights other than the quarterbacking: the Argos defense got chewed up by first Dominic Davis and then Danny Collins as the Redblacks moved the ball with ease against what was essentially defensive coordinator Mike Archer's second-team defense. Like the Redblacks, the Argos had the majority of their starters in street clothes. Davis and Collins combined to throw for just over 300 yards in the game, and while they only had 1 touchdown through the air, they got 2 more on the ground in the 1 via interception return. quick hits. Bethel Thompson wound up playing just over a quarter, with Dakota Prukop getting the final quarter. Jonathan Dowling had another strong performance Thursday with a forced fumble and an interception. Dowling looks like a promising bet to find his way into Archer's starting defense.